Okay. Now, see me. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay. I do not know how many people are going. If Hey Kiki, I just want to go ahead and send these people messages real quick. Christy's sick, so I don't know if she's gonna come. Is gonna who knows. That's good. So if they miss it, they can rewatch it. I mean, I'm ready, but together. Okay, let me put the links in here. Forget. Okay, this is like the worksheet and the notes for today. Just a PDF. Y'all should be. And then this other one is like our discussion questions. And okay, you're good. You're good, Kiki. I fixed the thing that way. If and I, probably more people will come in the evening because I knew a lot of people wouldn't be able to come in the morning, but I knew that some people were gonna need to do the morning instead of the evening, and then I'm also gonna do it on Saturday and just combine both the sessions in one on Saturday for anybody else who missed the weekday classes that wants to come. So okay, I did not put the link in here, but I will. But I have a book. Well, there's two books on Amazon, but the one that goes with this class is, and you don't have to get it. It doesn't matter because I give y'all worksheets anyways. But still have people asking me about it yesterday. I'm going to put the link in here. On the link, but it's like an ebook. It's $5. Just goes deeper into the healing journey. It's something that you can keep and use it more than just this time class. So I just got done with my shadow book. That's the next session classes I'm doing after this one. You. Oh, okay. It automatically does that if I'm on. Yes, okay. There we go. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, and this takes you to the book. Okay, so today we are going over the what does the word transformation mean to you, and then defining healing and transformation. The journal topic, for those of you who are going to journal, which, like I tell everybody, I hate journaling, but started doing it and it helped a lot. And I'll put the link to the journal in there too, because I did a free journal for everybody, and you can actually do it online, or on the computer, or you can print it out. It doesn't matter, but journaling seems to open up different things and help with the healing process. I have to make myself do it, and I still don't do it as much as I need to. And also, for anybody's listening to this after I do this class, if you have my Discord and you want your birth chart, or you know your birth time, you don't have to know your time, but it's better if you know your time. But we can look at your birth chart, and it tells a lot about your healing journey, things that'll help you, and it's crazy how accurate it is. So if you can get me your birthday, your city and state you were born in, and your birth time, then I can get the birth chart and go over. And we can do just talk about that, or do that and combine it with the tarot and figure out what things you really need to work on the most with this journey. So since this is just a 6-week class, of course healing takes longer, 6 weeks, depending on what it is, and most everybody has something they're trying to heal. So that's another good thing that the book is good for, because it gives different exercises and all of that. Pretty much what I do is I try to, the videos that we watch are not really long. I just do them so there's some background to it, with somebody else explaining it better than I. Certain things and aspects, and then I try to explain what I'm explaining in the class, and then let everybody pretty much do it on their own, like their journaling and stuff. And then if you want to do one-on-ones with me, just let me know. 2 people I'm doing already, and I'll do them with how many ever and whoever needs and wants to. So healing is the process of restoring health, wholeness, and balance to the mind, body, and spirit. And transformation, a profound and often sudden change in form or character. The importance of healing and transformation: it reduces suffering, addresses physical, emotional, and mental pain, increases well-being, promotes happiness, joy, and fulfillment, empowers individuals, fosters self-awareness, self-acceptance, and personal growth, creates positive change, contributes to a more compassionate and harmonious world. There is, this also has understanding your higher self. And I got a question yesterday asking what the difference in soul and higher self was. So we're going to watch a video on that and on the healing. Like I said, they're not real long, but in my opinion, they're important. Let's see. And then I have some meditations for the higher self videos. They're short. I will also put the links to those in here, and they will also be in the Discord under the healing and transformation discussion. So that way they can be used. They do help. Let's see, there was. So, defining the higher self, the true essence of who you are beyond the ego limitations of the physical world, a connection to your soul's wisdom, intuition, and divine guidance, and a state of pure consciousness, love, and peace. Characteristics of the higher self are compassionate, loving, wise, intuitive, connected, peaceful. Accessing your higher self, you can do it through meditation, stilling the mind to connect with inner wisdom, mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment without judgment, journaling, being in nature, outside, and creative expression, engaging in activities like art, music, and writing. Anything that uses the non-logic side of your brain, and that's been proven. CIA had to release documents, they were unclassified, that proves that we use the non-logical side of our brain, it puts us into a higher consciousness state. Here's the doctor. Okay, and so doing that will also help you align with your soul purpose. What is soul purpose? The unique contribution you are meant to make to the world. A deep sense of meaning, fulfillment that comes from living alignment with your true self. Discovering your soul purpose, identifying your passions, what activities bring you joy and fulfillment. Recognize your strengths. What are you naturally good at? Consider your values. What principles are most important to you? Honesty, compassion, kindness, etc. And explore your life experiences. What lessons have you learned? And listen to your intuition. Pay attention to that gut feeling that you have, that everybody has. You know, that is intuition. Everybody has intuition. Take inspired action, follow your passions, and pursue your dreams. Embrace challenges, view obstacles as opportunities for growth. Practice self-care, nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Connect with others, share your gifts and talents with the world, and live with intention. Be mindful of your thoughts, words, and actions. There are the worksheet that's on your notes page. That would be a good thing. And like I said, this is not like school. You don't get graded on it. You don't have to do it. But it is when we do the class next week. Before we get into the new topic, I do want to discuss this and see if anybody wants to share their answers for the discussion. It just helps other people that maybe don't think anybody's going through what they're going through. A lot of people see that other people are going through the same thing that you are. We just don't always. It's the thing with doing the discussions. I'm actually going to answer these questions, and then I will do my answers first Tuesday. And so hopefully that will break some. Sick. And I know there's probably one or two people in here right now, and that's it, and that's fine, because I know in the middle of the day I was doing them at different times to try to give it a chance that wants to come in here to be able to do it. So I'm doing them on Saturdays too. Okay, so now okay, we're gonna be done with this in just a few minutes anyway, Kane. I'm just gonna do these videos and they're short. I'll watch Lena. Let's see. This thing. The first thing we're gonna watch is this. Her name is Mel Robbins. Literally, I'm getting this tattooed. Me and my best friend from high school. I did not know this lady's the one that come up with this, but it's a phrase that says "let them," and she can explain it better since her and her daughter's the one that actually I think accidentally come up with it. But it's very powerful. And if you listen to what she's saying, like I said, this is like 5 minutes long. It's not that long, but what she has to say is very powerful. And it really would transform our lives. The video that's going to come on right after that is a lady talking about how we can put into how we want to feel. Doesn't mean that we never get depressed, but it means that we are making the intention and saying it out loud that we want to feel happy, we want to feel this way, we want to feel that way, and do it every day. She's going to explain more about this, but we're going to start with this Mel Robbins video. Just a second. Let me get it up. All right. I'm going to do my camera, mute myself.
This all started in May of 2023.
Yes.
When you posted on TikTok about the Let Them theory, a video that went uber viral.
Yes.
You were, I guess, writing the book at the time?
Oh, no. No.
The TikTok video prompted the book.
Well, what happened is I had an experience. I never thought I'd be sitting across from you, Katie, saying at a high school prom that changed my life. But it was our son. We have 3 children. They're 25, 23, and 19. And
It
our
was
son,
Oakley, right?
Yeah, Oakley was at his prom. And I was your typical psycho micromanaging mother, from the corsage to the tux to the shoes to the this to the that. And we're at the pre-prom party. And our daughter, Kendall, who's 23, was home from college at the time. And they're taking photos. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Katie, it starts pouring rain. And so you got 20 kids in black tie and all these parents milling about, and they're about to all leave to head out, and nobody has umbrellas, and nobody has any raincoats. And by the way, for some reason, all the kids in southern Vermont drive to the prom, which was news to me, you know, raising our daughters in Boston where everybody had buses and this and that. And so I'm like, wait, you're driving? Why are you borrowing dad's? What's going to happen with that? I don't understand this. And now it's raining. And then I say to Oakley, where are you guys going for dinner? As they're trying to head out the door. And the parents are like, wait, you can't go yet. And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, you don't have reservations for prom? And he's like, no. And I turned to my husband. I'm like, they don't have reservations for prom? And he's like, I guess not. And I'm like, why? I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it bothered me, Katie. And so I go, well, hold on. Let me see if I can find you something. And now all the parents are milling about. And I'm starting to... You know when you get that like volcano of emotion that just, you know,
I'm familiar with that.
And as it's coming up and you feel the words coming out of your mouth or the text that you're about to kind of send coming, and I'm starting to feel that wave of panic hit as I'm trying to find a reservation.
Man, I'm so sick of how lazy some of y'all are. It's crazy. The state is literally handing out $5,000 health spending cards that you can use on whatever you want. And y'all just acting like you.
And we're trying to get 20 kids to not run out into a rainstorm and just destroy their hair and their dresses and their shoes. My daughter sees it coming, and she reaches out and grabs my arm and yanks me to her, and she like grits her teeth, and she's like, Mom, you're being annoying. If they want to go to the taco stand, let them. If they want to be in the party, let them. If he's going to ruin his shoes, let them. And she started saying this cascade of, let her ruin her hair, let the mud get on her dress, let them do what they want to do. And she kind of ended it with, Mom, it's their prom, not yours, let them. And that final let them was like a sledgehammer. And all of a sudden, my shoulders just dropped. And I thought, let them. Like, why do I care? Like, why am I not thinking about where I'm going to dinner? And so I said to Oak, hey, Oak. And he turned around. He's like, what? You know, because, of course, I've been super irritating and annoying. And I'm like, nothing, bud. Here's $40. Go have fun. And then you saw his shoulders drop. And there was this huge smile that hit his face. And that was that. And the next day I woke up and I'm at the grocery store. And there's like 5 people in front of me and 1 cashier. And it's like, beep, beep, beep. And again, that sort of like volcano of emotion starts rising up. And I start, what do you do in line when that's happening?
You get exasperated and
Yes.
you're rolling your eyes and you're like clearing your throat.
Yes.
And you're getting aggravated.
Yes, and you now think that you know how to run a grocery store better than the manager. And I said, let them. And my shoulders dropped. And I just started using it, and I started to notice something. Oh my God, people are really annoying. Holy cow, people's moods are really getting to me. Wow, that Zoom meeting really drained me. Holy cow, I've got opinions about traffic. I've got opinions about my mother-in-law's expectations. I've got and it occurred to me, holy cow, I'm allowing so many people and so much stuff that's been beneath me and that is not my job to manage to drain the 2 most precious resources I have in life, time and energy. See, your life is determined by what you put your time into and what you pour your energy into. And so I've got news for you. If you are tired or you are overwhelmed or you feel like you're last on your list or you're just frustrated with some dynamic in a relationship or you're frustrated with the world at large or you're just not as happy as you'd like to be, the problem isn't you. The problem is that you unknowingly give power to other people and to things that you can't control. And all day long, you're allowing people who are annoying or who are emotionally immature or who are doing things that you're never going to be able to control anyway to impact you. And it's stupid. And so I used this for a week, and I'm telling you, Katie, just like I felt, I have never felt this peaceful. I have never felt like I truly could put boundaries up between me and the world. I had never felt more in control. And so I naturally went to social media and I shared this simple thing. And I was literally like, if your friends don't invite you out, let them. If your kids don't want to help you do something, let them. If the person that you're dating doesn't want a commitment, let them. Let people reveal who they are and what they care about. Stop trying to manage them. Because when somebody reveals who they are and what they care about, now you get to choose. You get to choose whether or not you pour time and energy into this. In 24 hours, it was 15 million views.
Why did it resonate so much, you think?
Why do you think it did?
Maybe because increasingly people have felt out of control in this crazy world we're living in for a
Yes.
whole host of reasons.
Yes.
And maybe their impulse to control has gotten stronger as the world's gotten scarier. And so maybe to Oprah's point, at this moment in time, this is what people really needed to hear because people feel out of control. And I guess your response is to control more when you feel that way, right?
Exactly. And actually, you're the first person that has explained it that way. And you're exactly right. And one of the things that is so powerful about this, especially in this moment in time, is that ultimately every human being has a hardwired need to be in control. It is a survival mechanism. It is something that you will never get rid of, and we've been working against it. See, when you're in control of your life, you actually feel safe, and you feel confident, and you feel like
Less scared,
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Whether you're scared because your adult children aren't doing well, or you're scared because your parents' health are failing, or whether you're scared because of the state of politics, or you're scared because you see the rising cost of living, or you're scared because you have a health diagnosis. And so we need to feel like we're in control of our decisions, of our actions, of our future, of our lives. And we also, by the way, and this is where it gets tricky, is that when somebody around us does something that worries us or hurts us or frustrates the hell out of us or stresses us out, guess what? It makes us feel like we're not in control because now we're worried about you. So then what do? we try to control you.
And fix problems.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But then here's the problem. Katie, if your behavior is stressing me out and I then step in and try to tell you what to do, guess what? You also have a need to be in control of yourself. And so you are going to push back against me. And so we have gotten into this state in our families, in our love lives, with our kids, with our friends, and even at a global level when you talk about global conversations or the way that people are so polarized, we have gotten to a point where our need to control has spiraled out of control. And the fundamental thing that I'm trying to make everybody understand is this. If there is one thing on the planet you will never be able to control, it's what another person does, says, or feels, period. Any energy you put into trying to control what somebody does, or trying to manipulate how they feel, or trying to ensure that they're going to think a certain thing will backfire. It will create more stress and frustration for you, and it will create more friction and tension in your relationships. I worked against this fundamental law in every relationship I had for 54 years. And when I discovered the let them theory, and I started saying let them, because here's how the theory works. There's two parts. Any moment that you're frustrated, you read the headlines, you're frustrated. For me this morning, I literally got stuck in an elevator and had to be rescued by the New York City Fire Department. Shout out to Ladder 7. You guys were amazing. We were in there for 50 minutes. Do you want to know how I didn't have a panic attack?
How?
I recognized in the moment what's in my control, what's not. So let them take their time. Let them figure out how to do this safely. Let them do what they're going to do.
Okay. And that is the let them. I literally, like I said, me and my best friend are getting that tattooed sooner or later. I get my fixed. I'm getting that tattooed on my arm because that is a very powerful thing. And I didn't even realize how powerful it was the rest of the way until today because I did not know that's the lady that came up with it. And I had listened to it, but I use it as let people say what they're going to say, let people do what they're going to do. You can't control what other people do. In this journey, we forgive people for us. I mean, for the other people too, but there's sometimes that you have to forgive people that you're not talking to, or you forgive people that you can forgive them, but you have to love them from a distance. And that's fine. There's a lot of people that I love from a distance. Most people. Because they're just toxic. I mean, it's not healthy to be around them, and they're going to do the same thing over and over again. People sometimes don't want to forgive people because they hold grudges because they're mad, but you're really just hurting yourself. And you can't grow that way. There's just no way to. I think as we get older, we learn different things. I've learned that my family that I have, literally none of them are blood related to me, and that does not matter. Most of the friends I have are what I consider my family. And that's just, and I don't have that many friends. In fact, most of them are y'all, like people that not just anybody on YouTube, but the people that are on Discord that I'm close with. So most of my friends live 100 miles away or more. And I'm fine with that. Because the people that I talk to on a daily, those people are the ones I trust, and they're there for me and not trying to bring me down. And most of the time when people are trying to bring you down or saying stuff about you, it's not even about you. There's something wrong with them. They're being that negative all the time. Who wants to be negative like that all the time? So there is literally something going on with them. You can't fix everybody, and you can't control the way everybody's going to act, react, or treat you in most ways, but you can just stay away from the people. And it doesn't mean like that you're being mean. There's sometimes you have to walk away, and it doesn't, I tell people this too, healing is like grieving someone, especially if it's family, you know, somebody you were close with that you have to walk away from. You're still going to have your days where you miss them and you're upset about it. Just because you are like in the process of being your higher self or coming into more consciousness does not mean that you're happy every day. Like it's just butterflies every day. That's just not realistic. And that is why I like this lady. Sorry, but that's why I like this lady. And she's going to explain the difference, in all of this, and tell you how to put like your intention toward how you want to feel. Just a second. I'm going to play this other one. One second.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Montgomery, and I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner, and I specialize in connecting my clients with their loved ones in spirit. And I got a text this morning from my girlfriend Nancy, and she had a question. She said, "What's the difference between your soul and your higher self?" What a good question. Well, to understand what the difference is between the soul and the higher self, we first need to understand who and what we are at the very essence of our being. So let's start there. At the very essence of you, you are pure divine source energy. You are an aspect of the Creator, that pure energy that is at one with all that is. Now, your soul is the part of that energy that individuates. So that soul becomes a specific individual aspect of all that is. So you think, well, why do we do that? Why do we break away and become these individual souls? Well, for the same reason that, let's say, a rose bush has numerous roses on it, and it's the same brand of roses or style of rose, but yet each rose on that bush is unique and different. That's the soul. It's unique and different. Your soul is an individual expression of all that is. So your soul is what makes the decision to incarnate, and this time you're incarnated here on earth as a human. So your soul does this in order to express itself and to express all that is and to impact the greater resources and divine source energy of all that is. So your soul has expressed itself in this incarnation as who you are today. Now, your higher self is this soul's expression into this incarnation. So your higher self is the highest element of your very source that can be actually held and obtained by you in this physical body, in this physical form. So let me give you an example of your higher self. Have you ever had a conversation with someone where maybe they were struggling or in pain, and you came out with all this brilliant support and love for them, and you looked back and you thought, well, I don't know where that came from? That's your higher self expressing itself through you in this incarnation. Or perhaps you had an experience in an athletic event where you were brilliant, you were on point, you felt like you were in the flow, that you weren't even in your body, you were just performing incredibly well. That's your higher self expressing itself through your incarnation here, through your personality on this dimension on earth. So that's the difference between your divine source self,
Hi, I'm
or your
Kimberly
spirit, which is one with all that is, the soul that individuates and becomes a specific collection of energies and vibrations. You have your own unique vibration. And then that soul decides to incarnate. This time you've incarnated onto earth. And then your higher self is kind of the bridge between your soul and your personality here on earth. So I hope that helps you understand the difference between your soul and your higher self. It's a little fun, can get a little complicated, but once you understand it, life becomes kind of a fun little puzzle to figure out. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I'm Kimberly Montgomery. I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner, and I specialize in connecting my clients just like you with their loved ones in spirit. If you'd like to find out more, visit me on the web at kimberlymontgomery.co. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
Here's the old self, and here's the new self.
Good morning.
Get ready. When you change, everything changes around you.
The goal is to create the feeling as if the prayer is already answered.
All humans have to recognize they're all part of one community.
Good morning. Bridget here. Hope you're well. I want to talk about healing and feeling. I know that there's just so much happening for so many of us right now. We've been through the last year and a half plus of a whole bunch of tumult, right? Our worlds have been turned upside down. We are experiencing layers upon layers of trauma and grief and personal loss and confusion. And I'm here to lift us up and to lift us out of some of the density and the heaviness that we've been experiencing. And I like to do that by being raw and real and honest about feelings that we're feeling. I'm not the kind of person who likes to bypass where we are emotionally. Sometimes some of these spiritual teachers will tell you that you need to ignore the feelings and stay in the vibration of high vibration, ascension, and all of that. I don't roll in that direction. I believe that we can be in a healthy, healing frequency that helps us, that helps the planet, at the same time that we are acknowledging the real, raw, true feelings that we have. If we weren't supposed to experience feelings, we wouldn't have them. We wouldn't be human. If we were supposed to be in some ascended state all the time, then we would not be given these bodies that have feelings and needs and desires. So, all of that being said, I want to share something that I have found that's helpful, something that I have found helpful when it comes to healing. A lot of times, so I'm going to give you a tip and a trick. And I'll also let you know about something that I've got cooked up that's coming in a couple of weeks. If you like this type of thing, you'll love what I'm going to offer next. So when it comes to healing, we are most often looking to clear up stuff that has hurt us. We're looking to eliminate pain and suffering. And it's common to go back into the pain and try to like understand it and work with it and let it go and eliminate it and all this stuff. And something that I do, which is quite different from what a lot of other people do, is that my first line of action is to not go into what is wrong. My first line of action is to go into what is right. Where are your strengths? Where is your light? Where has it been buried? Let's find that. Because when we stoke your light and it's there, there's no way you cannot have light inside of you. When we stoke your light, it is so much easier to work with some of the heavy stuff that may be holding you back or holding you down. And I want to give you a simple, very implementable tip or technique or whatever we want to call it to do right here and now that will help you pull you out of dense places and help you stay connected to your light. And by light, I don't mean positive energy all the time. I mean your core energy, your soul energy, that essence that you came here with. So one of the ways that you can stay connected to that is to write that. So decide how you want to live your life. Decide what you are going to do or what you're going to look like when you're completely healed and whole. Get an image of that in your mind and either draw it or write it out. And from there, put it in a place where you can see it. Because when you connect with your healed and whole version of yourself, you're starting to connect to a version of yourself that is lighter. You're also starting to connect to an aspect of you that may be in the future. And the future has no emotional baggage. So connecting with that aspect of you is super healthy, super on point, and really helps the healing process. Healing doesn't occur at the same level where the trauma occurred. So we need a different angle. And a different angle includes holding in our mind and in our heart an image of ourselves when we are completely healed. So do that. That's the first thing I want you to do. Write out a couple sentences of what you and your life look like when you're healed. I'm vibrant. I'm doing my life's work. I have all the resources that I need. Keep it simple. And or draw a picture of you with really, healthy, glowing energy. Whatever way you look at yourself and see yourself as healed. So that's the first thing that will help a healing process. And the second thing that will help a healing process is working with your emotions and your feelings. But I'm not going to tell you what people normally tell you. I'm going to give you a different angle on working with feelings. And that is to be proactive with how you want to feel. So a different angle on working with your feelings. The world teaches us that we have feelings that sometimes can be intense, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes we need help moving through them. But the world tells us we're kind of stuck with whatever we're stuck with. And there's more to your feelings and your emotions than what you think you're stuck with. You actually have a choice on how you want to feel. You have a choice for how you want to feel. You can choose that you want to feel peaceful, crappy, happy, joyful, hopeful, exuberant, depressed. You can choose any of those. Any of those is your choice. Now, stay with me here because I'm not saying that when you are depressed, you've chosen that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you can decide how you want to feel and practice it. You can decide how you want to feel and put it into action. And when you do that, you are creating a pathway in your brain, an intentional pathway in your brain to program yourself to feel how you want to feel. So right now, and I'd love if you type in the comments and let me know how you want to feel. What I'm inspired today because I was just teaching. I'm doing a 5-day sacred healing workshop, and I offer a teaching and then I drop my folks into a practice. And today I was talking about choosing how you want to feel as part of the practice. And then we did some sounding and vibrational healing. So decide how you want to feel. Write it out. And I want to see, I want y'all to type in and let me know. And then put that in your world and start telling yourself that you want to feel that way. I want to feel on fire. I am going to feel on fire. I feel on fire and I want to feel on fire for my day. I want to feel exuberant. I want to feel exuberant. When you let those words come out of your mouth, you are stating and claiming what it is that you want. I mean, what do you have to lose here, right? You state and claim that you feel shitty, you feel crappy, you don't feel this, you feel this. Like all of that puts energy out into the world and doesn't actually really help. When you say, I want to feel loved, thank you, Len, is that right? Did I get that right? When you say, I want to feel loved, I want to feel exuberant, I want to feel on fire, you're staking a claim for it. And the chances of you experiencing that feeling are much higher because you've said that you want to feel that way. If you want to take it a step further, and I encourage you to do this, take the feeling, say it's joy. For one of my feelings is joy. Take the feeling and then think of something that you can do to make you feel that way, like in 30 seconds. For me, it's dancing. I put on a YouTube, song on YouTube, and I start dancing and I feel joy. I feel free. I can bring that feeling on in 2 minutes. You can bring your feeling on in 2 minutes. And if you randomly do that at different points throughout your day, you're interrupting your regular pattern and you're bringing something new in. And you're also connecting intentionally with how you want to be feeling. Does that make sense? That's what I want you to do. It's so super easy, and it makes healing easier. It makes mindset shifts easier. And it also says like, hey, I'm committed to feeling how I want to feel, and I'm going to practice it, and I'm going to state it every day. So that's what I've got today. I want to know how that lands, and let me know if you're doing it. And I just want to add this piece. By choosing how you want to feel, it does not negate the natural feelings that come up. The natural feelings that come up are normal and need to be felt and processed. In addition to feeling and processing our natural feelings, we can also choose how we want to continue to feel. And that's what I'm talking about. All right. So that's what I wanted to share for today. As I said before, I'm here to lift us up so we can get to the next level. I'm here to help you clear limiting beliefs, blocks, stuck thinking, old energy, so that you can do what you came here to do. Because when you are doing what you came here to do, your heart is expanded and it changes everything around you. And if everybody on the planet has their heart expanded, we're in really good shape. That's what I do, and that's why I'm here.
Forgiveness. It's a word that carries immense weight, often evoking deep emotions and memories. We often think of it as something we do for others, a way to absolve them of their wrongs, to let go of the hurt they caused us. But the truth is, forgiveness is primarily for ourselves. It's a profound act of self-care and self-love. It's a gift we give to our own hearts and minds, a way to heal and find inner peace. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains of the past, freeing us from the burdens that weigh us down. It allows us to break free from the grip of resentment, anger, and pain, and step into a brighter future. Forgiveness doesn't condone the actions of others. It doesn't mean we forget or excuse the harm done. It simply acknowledges that we deserve peace. We deserve to let go and find serenity. We deserve to move forward, unburdened by the weight of past hurts, and embrace a future filled with hope. In this essay, we'll explore the transformative power of forgiveness and how it can change our lives. We'll delve into what it truly means to forgive and why it can be such a difficult journey, fraught with challenges. Most importantly, we'll discover how to embrace forgiveness as a catalyst for personal growth and lasting peace, transforming our lives for the better. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It's not about saying what happened was okay. It's not about forgetting or condoning hurtful actions. Forgiveness is a conscious and deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment and anger. It's about acknowledging the pain someone caused us while choosing to move forward without letting that pain define us. Forgiveness is a recognition that holding on to anger and resentment only hurts us in the end. It keeps us tethered to the past, preventing us from fully embracing the present moment and all its possibilities. Forgiveness is an act of radical self-compassion. It's about reclaiming our power and choosing to define ourselves by our resilience, not our wounds. Forgiving can be incredibly difficult. Our instinct is to protect ourselves from further hurt. We build walls of anger and resentment, believing they will shield us from future pain. We may tell ourselves that we need to hold on to these negative emotions to justify our pain or to ensure that the person who hurt us is held accountable. However, these walls we build often end up trapping us. They keep us stuck in a cycle of pain and resentment. We replay the hurt over and over in our minds, reliving the anger and sadness. This prevents us from healing and moving forward. We may even find ourselves projecting our pain onto others, perpetuating a cycle of hurt and negativity. Section 4. The transformative power of forgiveness, unlocking your true self. The benefits of forgiveness are profound and far-reaching. When we choose to forgive, we release ourselves from the shackles of the past. We free up our emotional energy, allowing us to focus on the present moment and create a brighter future. Forgiveness is an act of self-care, a way to nurture our emotional well-being. Forgiveness can also have a positive impact on our physical health. Studies have shown that holding on to anger and resentment can lead to increased stress levels, higher blood pressure, and a weakened immune system. Forgiving, on the other hand, has been linked to lower stress levels, improved cardiovascular health, and even a reduced risk of chronic pain. Section 5. A Journey of Forgiveness, Steps Towards Freedom. This section is dedicated to understanding the profound and transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a destination, but a journey. It's a path we walk, often slowly with many twists and turns. It's a process that takes time, patience, and self-compassion. Each step forward is a step towards healing and peace. There's no right or wrong way to forgive. Everyone's journey is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. What matters most is that we approach the process with an open heart and a willingness to heal. This openness allows us to embrace the journey fully. Here are a few steps that can help guide us on this transformative journey. First, acknowledge the pain. Recognize the hurt that has been caused. The first step is to acknowledge the pain that we've experienced. This acknowledgement is crucial for moving forward. We need to allow ourselves to feel the hurt, anger, and sadness without judgment. Second, cultivate empathy. Empathy helps bridge the gap between us and others. Try to understand the situation from the other person's perspective. This can be challenging but is essential for true forgiveness. This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but rather trying to see things from their point of view. It helps us to humanize them and their actions. Third, make the decision to forgive. This decision is a powerful step towards liberation. Forgiveness is a conscious choice. It's about deciding that we want to be free from the pain of the past and move forward. It's about deciding that we want to be free from the pain of the past. Fourth, take small steps. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort. Start by taking small steps, such as releasing negative thoughts about the person or situation. Finally, forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is often the most challenging part. Often the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We need to be gentle and compassionate with ourselves. We may blame ourselves for what happened or for how we reacted. It's important to remember that self-forgiveness is a crucial part of the healing process. Remember that we are all human, and we all make mistakes. Embracing our humanity allows us to move forward with grace and compassion. Section 6. A Personal Reflection. The day forgiveness set me free. I remember the day I truly understood the transformative power of forgiveness. It was a moment that changed my life forever. I had been holding on to anger and resentment towards someone who had deeply hurt me. The emotions were intense and overwhelming. The pain felt all-consuming, like a heavy weight on my chest that I couldn't shake off. It affected every aspect of my life. I couldn't sleep, couldn't focus, and couldn't seem to find joy in anything. My mind was constantly preoccupied with thoughts of hurt and betrayal. One day I realized that I was the one suffering the most from holding on to this anger. It was a revelation that struck me deeply. It was a gradual process, but I began to practice forgiveness. I started small, with little acts of letting go. I started by acknowledging my pain, allowing myself to feel the hurt without judgment. It was important to honor my own emotions. Then I tried to cultivate empathy for the other person, understanding that their actions were likely driven by their own pain and struggles. This shift in perspective was crucial. It wasn't easy, but slowly, I felt the anger and resentment start to dissipate. Each day, I felt a little lighter. It was like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I was finally free. Forgiveness had set me free, and I felt a profound sense of peace. Section 7. Conclusion. Embrace forgiveness. Embrace your future. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love and liberation. It's not about condoning hurtful actions, but about freeing ourselves from the shackles of the past. When we choose to forgive, we choose to heal, to grow, and to embrace the fullness of life. It's a journey that requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to let go. As we move forward, let us remember that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It's a testament to our resilience and our capacity for love and compassion. Embrace the transformative power of forgiveness and step into a future filled with peace, joy, and boundless possibilities.
Sorry, y'all. I was on mute. Some busy and back on. So those are the videos. I put them in the Discord. I'm putting them in there now. Oh yeah. So these are the things that I've learned that you have to do, and I don't have a hard time forgiving people. I guess I do. Like, I think I've forgiven them, but I still hold, like, anger toward them, and I'm still working on that. I don't talk to my sisters, but, again, sometimes we just have to let go, not for them, for us, and just stay away from those. I don't think that we ever don't have a time where we're not something, but that's why I played the other video of the intent you have, the way you want to feel every day. And we all can get lost in negativity. I do, and everybody does, but if we put out the way we want to feel every day, then I think it's easier to feel that way. And it's just a conscious way of doing it. Because you're staying in the present moment at that time, and you are saying that this is how I want to feel. Journaling, somebody sent me a message a while ago and asked the journal topics. I just give y'all a couple, and then you don't even have to use those. But what the lady was talking about, like, what do I look like healed? That's a good one. And the importance of forgiving people. Especially if you are holding resentment towards someone. You don't It's better most of the time to apologize to the person. I, however, will never do that. I cannot stand my brother-in-law, so I just wrote a letter, and that's how I did that, because I will never tell the man I don't plan on ever speaking to him again. So sometimes we have to do that. And I think that's it. And this again at 5 o'clock, I think, Central, and then Saturday I'm going with these classes from Tuesday and today, because I have a couple people that can't do it on weekdays at all. So I'm trying to think, okay, yeah, that's it. And the links to these worksheets and stuff, they're just PDFs, are in the chat, but I'm going to put them in Discord too. If y'all are not on Discord, the link to Discord, to my Discord, is in the my community page. So y'all can get it from there. If you can't, just leave me a comment in the YouTube thing here, and I will send a link. I've tried to do one that don't expire, that way I'm changing it. Okay, and if you have questions or whatever, y'all let me know in the comments or on Discord. That's it, y'all. Good day.
Time's nearly up. If you make less than $50K a year, you're about to miss out on a $5,800 handout from Uncle Sam you're probably eligible for. There's thousands of Americans as we speak claiming $5,800 from the state without needing any special qualifications to spend on their bills, groceries, rent, and more. But you haven't claimed it yet because you're too busy watching new shows on Netflix. And now the deadline is right around the corner. These handouts are because of the Inflation